Okay, shalom, double honors to the elders and apostles of Good Millstone. This will be a quick one, right? And it will be about sometimes Yahweh puts you to a test just to know and see if you would still, okay, what is the term what I look for? Integrity, right? If you really can show integrity, right? Like, for example, I watch Overlord right now. It's an anime. I can actually suggest that anime. Okay, I was watching season 1 long ago, and now I watch season 2, but there's even season 3 and stuff, you know, so really interesting. Because it has also some military in it. It has basically, you know, some classic style to it, right? You know, but whatever. You know, it's basically combined classic and military. So anyway, you know, he was in a game in 2000, you know, maybe in the King. no, you know, but he was in a game, you know, because I don't believe in 2067 or so, you know, what they say in this anime, but he was in a game and then he made it in that game actually, you know. He is basically in the game what he played, so now he has the highest rank, you know, and commands people and stuff, you know. This is basically what the anime is about, so really interesting, right? It's basically us in the kingdom, man, because, you know, he was a normal guy playing some game on his computer, okay, and then he actually made it in there while he had that highest, you know, account already, man. Okay, he was in that account, right? So of course he had something different, and in that case he had something way different because he was maybe one of the best gamers, as it's, you know, for what it seems. Okay, it's of course no multiplayer game, but you know, maybe it is even, you don't know. But all the other characters, you know, basically playing their role, and you don't know, and you don't hear, and you don't see that they are also gamers, you know. So basically he's the only one, as it seems, you know. When he is actually talking to himself, okay, what you can see in the anime, you know, he talks to himself and he uses a different voice, right? And when he talks to the correct characters, because the characters don't know that he is a gamer, right? And maybe he doesn't want them to know or whatever, you know, but he even using another voice if he talks with himself and with the characters in the game that where he is basically in right now, okay? So really interesting. But, you know, what this anime reminded me of, because really I had no topic to go in this video. Basically, at one point, some high rank man under him had to kill a woman in a mission because he did a mistake, and you know, the gamer, so to speak, wanted to punish him, right? He is the boss, you know, he is basically the king, you know, like the title, you know, Overlord. And basically he had to punish that guy, right? And he had that relationship, basically, you know, something about a relationship with that girl. But the girl also was the reason, as far as I understood it, that he made a mistake. What is most likely the case, you know, if you go by you know, what you have always in movies and in real life, of course, you know, like you can read it in the Bible, woman was their downfall sometimes, you know, and stuff. There's truth, of course, to it, but, you know, he had to kill that woman, okay, as punishment. And guess what, man? Right when he did the hit, one other rank military, one of his military, okay, hold back the punch, okay? And then the gamer, so to speak, asked him, would that hit or that punch deadly, right? Because again, also one under the gamer. Okay, he was holding back the punch, so the punch couldn't kill her. And then, you know, everybody asked why you did that, right? But then the gamers asked his military officer, basically, that was the one who was holding back the punch, right, from him, is that punch strong enough to kill her, or was the punch strong enough to kill her, right? So it was just a test, right? And then he said like, yeah, it was. You would be definitely dead, right? And then the gamer, so to speak, said, yeah, perfect. Now I know that you have integrity, right? Because his punishment was actually to kill the woman with, you know, his whole mission was even about weeks, man, and he had that relationship with that woman. Now he has to kill her as punishment, man. You know, that's hard, man, you know. And before that, they taught, you know, and whatsoever. But that shows integrity, right? And I even knew for some reason, maybe he has to kill her, maybe she's dead then, but I 50% think that it's only a test, and he will call back the punch, right? But then you had the time lapse where he was basically preparing the punch, right? So then I was thinking like, oh, okay, she will be dead, right? So it's just a punishment, but you know, for some reason I knew that's not the style of that enemy, right? But whatever. So let's read about Abraham, okay, who was also tested. Okay, if you know about the story, where you had to basically sacrifice his son Isaac. So he would do it, okay? He did it, basically, so to speak. But, you know, then an angel came and said, you know, that was just a test, man, okay? That's the same way. So, of course, the enemy has it from there, you know. And we, you know, you can say always, oh, they stole it from the Bible, but it is so, you know, they stole it from the Bible because, well, you know, it's the only story that brings up things like that, right? You know, especially enemies, man, okay? They have also many stuff from the Bible, man, okay, but whatever. Sometime later, God tested Abraham, okay? Verse 22 in Genesis 22. Genesis 22, verse 1, to 19. Sometime later, God tested Abraham, and he said to him, Abraham, here I am, he replied. Then God said, take your son, your only son whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Okay, so sometimes in your life things can seem, you know, exactly that which you would not expect, but you have to endure it because what? You know, like he said it, take your son, your only son whom you love, Isaac, you know, basically, and sacrifice him. But that's the way sometimes he will test you, okay? And there's a different test to every brother and sister in this truth, because we are different, okay? So is our, you know, our character, okay, maybe, or life, okay? Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and loaded his donkey. He took with him two of his servants and his son Isaac. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the third day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. You see? So he had even to sleep the whole night with the dog, man, of sacrificing his own son, man. Okay. Maybe also the own thing what held him to not work out is basically was holding him back from not working out is that, you know, whatever Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushai is doing or saying, it is perfect, you know. Of course, you had Abraham talking with him about, you know, will you still kill everybody in the city even when there's, you know, that much righteous people and that much, you know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that, you know, he, okay, if, you know, I don't know, but usually, you know, I believe Abraham knew Yahweh better, okay, his will, and he received wisdom, okay, after that year, you know, that he could ask, you know, Yahweh for changing basically, you know, the way he is judging the city, right, and stuff like that, you know. Isaac spoke up, verse 7, and said to his father Abraham, "Father." "Yes, my son," Abraham replied. "The fire and wood are here," Isaac said, "but where's the lamb for the burnt offering?" You know, and then he basically, you know, verse 11, "But the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, called out to him from heaven, 'Abraham, Abraham,' you see. So it was the angel. "Here I am," he replied. "Do not lay a hand on the boy," he said. "Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, you see, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." You know, because maybe he was thinking like, you know, Abraham, that Isaac has to go to the father for some reason, so he didn't, you know, ask maybe if he can soft a little bit that judgment on basically sacrificing him, you know. Yeah, okay, because, you know, actually when with the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, right, when you had Abraham basically discussing with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, so to speak, you know, because really it was not really discussing. It was actually before that case, you know. So maybe he knew that that this is something different or so, you know. So he never questioned. So he not questioned about. As I said, you know, maybe he was thinking like, oh, he wants him, so I have to go up there and basically bring him to him by sacrificing him, right? So, you know, that's the reason I believe, you know, that he was thinking, okay, Yahweh wants him for some reason, you know. But with that, always do Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Kakadash.